Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be talking about loneliness and heartbreak. I have multiple series on this, but I just feel like it still needs to be dragged on and talked about. So we're going to be talking about the Bible verse, Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. And sometimes whenever we are in isolation, whenever we do feel that loneliness at night, or whenever we do feel that empty feeling, it's so easy for us to turn back to our old ways and our old desires. Okay, well, I'm going to go smoke and do this. I'm going to go drink and do this. I'm going to go watch this. I'm going to go basically do all these things. And that's the thing. Whenever we're doing these things just because we're trying to fill a void in our heart, we're trying to fill, that love feeling that we feel that we're missing. And honestly, being alone is okay. Sometimes God has to isolate us and put us alone so that we can grow more with him and we can come to him. Because think about it like this. Little points in your life, who'd you go to? You went to God. You went to God. You prayed. You were weeping out. You're like, God, please help me. What do I do? And then he comforted you. Then he was there for you. And then you start to pursue his love. You start to pursue the walk with Christ because that loneliness brought you closer to him. Because sometimes when we're around all these people and we're doing all these things, we kind of basically turn into those people, or we turn into their habits, and then we don't really truly know ourselves. And when you lose yourself, my friend, when you lose yourself because you're hanging out with all these people, or if you're hanging out with the wrong influences, you'll start to feel very confused. So sometimes isolation is so perfect because it gives us a chance of renewal. It gives us a chance to grow with God. It gives us a chance to seek the kingdom. Because sometimes we don't know ourselves. Well, if he believes that, then I believe that. Or if he does this, I do that. If she does this, I do that. And that's the thing. Sometimes people will have you on these strings and they will basically control you and tell you who you are or what you should be doing. And no, God says who you are. God tells you what you should be doing. And that's the thing I want to talk about too. We can say we're Christians, we can go to church, but if we treat God like a part-timer, only go to church on Sundays and then go back to our old desires and our old fleshly ways, God needs to be a full-time thing. We need to praise God every single day in every single way. Because God has blessed us. God has blessed us with another day to live and to fulfill his purpose for us. We can't treat him like he's a part-time. So we have to pursue him every single day. Every single day. He's not a part-time, he's a full-time. God is a full-time. He deserves that. He deserves it. So, yes, whenever you are alone, whenever you are weeping out, whenever you feel like you're just broken inside, God's going to heal you. He's going to take those little pieces that were basically vanished and he's going to fulfill them back into your heart. But you have to let him. God, I accept you in my heart. Fill me, renew my mind, renew my body, renew my spirit. Make me a better person. And then you have to work on becoming that better person. You can't do the same things you did a year ago that will basically bring you back into sin. You can't do that. So God will transform you, but you have to let him. And you have to drop the ego, and you have to fulfill the purpose and the word and the love that he has for you. Or you're never going to feel fulfilled. You're never going to feel fulfilled, my friend. You're never going to feel fulfilled. And there were times in my life where I felt so lonely. I felt so alone. And I thought my life was never going to get better. And when you are in those times, you do feel like that. You do feel like that. You do. But let me tell you something. God is with us during these times. Go talk to somebody. Go try new things. Go do things that make you happy again, that are healthy outlets. If you sit in your room all day, you watch sad TikToks, you watch topless women, you watch topless men, you do all these things or whatever, just things that are just not good for your brain that will tempt you back into lust and back into sin, yes, you're not going to be happy. And a lot of our generation, we struggle with lust, especially that porn addiction. We struggle with that. And I used to struggle with that too, going to middle school, high school. And that's the thing. Like, I have a lot of young men, a lot of older men that text me, hey, I'm going through this. Can you please pray for me? And that's the thing. Think about when you feel like touching and going to that website, think about God watching you. And think about the concept. Think about that concept. You're watching two individuals you don't even know have acts on each other. And they're doing the stepmom, the stepbro, all these weird things. It's weird. It's so weird. And how does this affect your brain? The devil wants you to go back in that addiction. He wants you to watch that. But that's not you anymore. So don't do it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it, because if you feel like it's going to help you during that time, it's not. My friend, it's not. And the devil will try to pull you back in that way. Because when you are in a very lonely isolation phase and you're alone all the time, you're going to be tempted to go watch that, but don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's not going to fulfill your heart. And then we realize after you watch it, you don't feel good. I wonder why. You don't feel good because it's not good for you. And that's a sign, and that's God indicating, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be watching this. So you're better than that. In times of isolation, go to God. Don't go to that addiction, because that's what the devil wants you to do. But that's not you. Okay? But I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.